Hi, welcome to this video, and it's called Birches in the wintertime. And though my last name in Dutch is Berk, which means from the birch, we never did a video about birches, so it's about time that we do it. The birch is a very versatile tree. They can stand in dry places and wet places, but furthermore it's always a pioneer tree. So if there's some land with nothing on it, then the birch tree is always the first one to enter. And a very special feature of the birch is that when the sap stream is flowing in spring, if you cut off a branch like this one in March and you put a bottle on it, it will fill up in a couple of days. It's so-called birch juice, and you can let this ferment and brew a special brew with it, or you can also use it as hair water. But so far about these birches, we go into the nursery and take a look at them. This is Pendula jungi. This is a weeping form of the normal birch. It's a tree that can be grafted on the ground or grafted on a stem. This one has been grafted on the ground and has been brought up as a living waterfall. So the branches hang down nicely. It doesn't get too big, so it's also suitable for a smaller garden. But it can get quite wide, maybe 6 meters wide and also 6 meters in height. It's a very easy tree that can withstand dry circumstances, and it's also attractive for butterflies. Pendula jungi. This is Bachelor Holland, or Hermans Birch in English. This one, the Hermani itself, originates from the northeastern part of China. And it's a tree that grows up to 10 to 50 meters in height. And the Holland selection grows nice and uniform, as you can see on the ones that are still left in this row. They have the bark, the paper, peels off in very small and gentle peels. And it's a bit white yellowish when it gets more older. And it's a tree that gets up to 10 to 50 meters in height. Doesn't grow that fast, and it has a beautiful yellow autumn coloration. Very beautiful tree, Bachelor Holland. This is Bausins Fascination. It's a tree that the mother tree originated from the west of China, high up in the mountains, and it's a tree that can grow up to 4 kilometers in the natural standing place. Which is quite high for a tree, but then it only occurs as a shrub. It's a tree that gets a very nice yellow autumn coloration, and it thrives best in sandy or peaty soils. It doesn't get too big, maybe 6 to 10 meters in height. Bausins Fascination. This is Bachelor Niagara, and it's also called red birch in English. It has a trunk that stands out directly because it flakes off a lot. You can see use of salmon pink, white and brown mixed to each other. It's a tree that doesn't get too big, maybe 10 to 15 meters in height, and it's a bit of a bushy grower. Here you see it as a multi-stem, but we also have it as a high-stemmed tree. Gets up to 10 to 15 meters in height and gets quite wide as well. And it can grow on both very wet soils and also very dry soils. And it can withstand a lot of heat as well. So it's also a tree that is will be resilient for the future to come here in Europe. Very nice ornamental tree, Bachelor Niagara. This is Bachelor Maximiritiana, and it's called Monarch Birds in English. It's a tree that originates from the Japanese islands, and it's a very fast growing tree. It has large leaves. They're about 10 to 15 meters big, so that's very big for a bachelor. And you can also see that it gives a lot of growth to the tree. This is like a shoot from last year, so that it's quite strong. It can grow very fast, so they can get up to 15 to 25 meters in height, and it will also get a very wide crown. Also, the lenticels are quite large and look very horizontal. Very spectacular bachelor tree, Bachelor Maximiritiana. This is Bachelor papyrifera, or paper birch in English. It's a tree that originates from the northern part of the United States, Canada up to Alaska, and over there in its natural habitat it's grown as a forestry tree, and it's used for the paper industry to produce pulp to make paper from. It's a quite fast grower. It can grow up to 30 meters over there, and here it will stay around 18 to 20 meters. The younger bark and the branches are still dark brown, reddish brown. You can see that here as well. And the lenticels feel quite rough. It's a very special feeling. And then as soon as this young bark bursts open, you can see the white bark appearing underneath. It's a tree that really requires quite wet soil, and it's a quite superficial grower with very fine hair roots. Very nice tree with a quite open crown structure in the future. Bachelor Papyrifera. Thanks for watching this video, and because there were so many Asiatic birches in this video, I want to close with a haiku that I wrote myself. Birch tree stands tall, white trunk shines in the sunlight, graceful and serene. Thanks for watching this video, see you next time.